Somewhere nearby is Colossal Cave, where others have found fortunes in treasure and gold. It is rumored that some who enter are never to be seen again, and magic is said to permeate the cave. I know of places, actions, and things. Take me with you, and I will be your eyes and hands. Keep watch on your compass. It will guide you through the cave. I know of a few special objects, such as a black rod hidden in the cave. Take these objects and carry them in your inventory, which will show you the items you're carrying. Some objects have side effects. For instance, the rod scares the bird, and usually people unsuccessfully manipulating an object are attempting something beyond their or my capabilities, and should try a different tack. Take heed that cave passages turn often, and realize that exiting one room to the north does not always guarantee entering the next from the south. And just because you enter a room one time without issue does not mean that you won't be rechanneled elsewhere the next. To get full credit for a treasure, you must leave it safely in the little building, though you do get partial credit for just locating the treasure. Points get lost for getting killed, or for quitting, though the former costs you more. Also, points are based on how much of the cave you've managed to explore. There is a large bonus just for penetrating the deeper cave, distinguishing the beginners from the rest of the pack. There are other ways to determine whether you've survived some of the more harrowing sections. And if you think you've found all the treasures, just keep exploring for a while. There's more to discover. Occasionally, I may offer hints if you seem to be having trouble. If I do, I'll warn you in advance how much it will cost your score to accept the hints. Good luck. You are standing at the end of a road before a small brick building. Around you is a forest. A small stream flows out of the building and down a gully. The door is closed. The door is closed. You see rushing water. There is a bottle of water here. There is food here. You're inside a building, You're inside a well house. There are some keys on the ground here. You're inside a well house. You're inside a well house. You're inside a building, a well house for a large spring. You're in open forest, with a deep valley to one side. You're in open forest, near both a valley and a road. You're in a forest near a road. You are in a gentle valley near a stream tumbling along a rocky bed. The stream tumbles along a rocky bed. Set bottle of water. Bottle of water. Your bottle already contains water. A large owl seems to be watching you. Tasty food. Set of keys. The grate is locked. You can't go through a locked steel grate. Set of keys. You have unlocked the grate. The grate is unlocked. This is an opening. You're in a small chamber beneath a 3x3 steel grate to the surface. A low crawl over cobbles leads inwards to the west. Strange. Looks like you're in a small chamber beneath a 3x3 steel grate to the surface. A low crawl over cobbles leads inwards to the west. Nothing happens. Strange. There's nothing there but stinky. There's nothing to. You're below the grate. A crawl over You're below the grate. A crawl over. That is useless right now. You're in a small chamber beneath a 3x3 steel grate to the surface. A low crawl over cobbles leads inward. You're below the grate. A crawl over cobbles leads to the west. You are crawling over cobbles in a low passage. You're crawling in a low passage. You're crawling in a low passage. You are crawling over cobbles in a low passage. There is a small wicker cage discarded nearby. You're crawling in a low passage. It's getting difficult to see in here. You're crawling in a low passage. Brass lantern. The lantern is now lit. You are crawling over cobbles in a low passage. You're crawling in a low passage. You're crawling in a low passage. It says Zizzy. It says Zizzy. A 3-foot black rod with a rusty star on an end lies nearby. You are in a debris room filled with stuff washed in from the surface. A low, wide passage with cobbles becomes plugged with mud and debris here, but an awkward canyon leads upward and west. You're in a room filled with debris. An awkward canyon leads to the west. You're in an awkward, sloping east-west canyon. 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 A cheerful little bird is sitting here singing. Black rock, brass, wicker cage. There's no use for that here. The bird was unafraid when you entered, but as you approach it becomes disturbed. The bird was unafraid when you entered, but as you approach it becomes disturbed. Brass lantern. That is useless right now. If you would like to catch the bird, I can give you a hint, but it will cost you 2 points. Touch the glow. A cheerful little bird is sitting here singing. A cheerful little... Something seems to be frightening the bird just now, and you cannot catch it no matter what you try. Perhaps you might try later. Beady eyes are watching you. At your feet is a small pit breathing traces of mist. A white mist, usually water, seen from time to time in caverns. It can be found anywhere, but is frequently a sign of a deep pit leading down to water. At your feet is a small pit breathing traces of mist. A white mist, usually water, seen from time to time in caverns. You're at the east end of a vast hall stretching out of sight to the west. There are openings to either side. To the north, a cold wind blows up from a wide stone staircase leading downward. The hall is filled with wisps of white mist swaying to and fro, almost as if alive. Rough stone steps go upward behind you, and an upward scramble to the south leads to a chamber. It says you won't get it up the steps. There is a large, sparkling nugget of gold here. You're in a low room. Veins of gold. There's nothing to do with it here. A pickaxe is stuck in... You could never pull it out no matter how hard you try. You're in a low room. Veins of gold cover the walls. You're in a low room. Veins of gold cover the wall. Looks like an old miner's. It's broken and useless. Looks like coal. Don't dirty your hands with it. You're in a low room. Veins of gold cover the walls. A little dwarf. Watch out! You're in the east end of the Hall of Mists. A wide staircase goes downward, and rough stone steps lead upward. There is a chamber to the south. You're on the east bank of a fissure slicing clear across the hall. The mist is quite thick here, and the fissure is too wide to jump. There must be a way to cross this fissure. You think about leaping across the fissure, and quickly realize that you'd rather not risk falling. There is a little axe. Sorry, you'll need to drop something. Zizzy. Set of keys. Zizzy. Black rod. Brass lan. Tasty food. Black. Zizzy. Set of keys. There is a little axe here. Enigmatic statues populate this grand space. Enigmatic statues populate this grand space. Enigmatic statues populate this grand space. You're in the Hall of the Mountain King, with passages off in 5 directions. Could this have been the king's throne? A huge green fish. Large gold nugget. If you're trying to deal with the snake, I am prepared to give you a hint, but it will cost you 2 points. Touch the glowing snake if you would like the hint, but hurry before the glow disappears. Dwarf's axe. You can't kill the snake, or drive it away, or avoid it, or anything like that. There is a way to get by, but you don't have the necessary resources right now. A huge green fierce snake bars the way. Dwarf's axe. Black rod. That won't work. Dwarf's axe. A huge green fierce snake bars the dwarf's axe. Attacking the snake won't work. Dwarf's axe. Those steps are unclimbable while carrying that heavy gold nugget. Rough stone steps lead down the pit. Dwarf's axe. Dwarf's axe. Large gold nugget. Large gold nugget. Large gold... Zizzy. Zizzy. There's no use for that here. Large gold nugget. Zizzy. 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 There's nothing to do with it here. Large gold... Dwarf... Large gold... Zizzy. Zizzy. That is useless right now. Large... Zizzy. Zizzy. Nothing happens. You're in the hole of the Mountain King. Large gold nugget. There's no... Dwarf's axe. Large gold nugget. That won't work. Large gold nugget. This bottle of water. Those steps are unclimbable while carrying that heavy... Large gold nugget. You're in a low room. Veins of gold cover the walls. Dwarf's axe. That is you. That won't work here. Dwarf's axe. Nothing happens. Dwarf's axe. That won't... Dwarf's axe. You're in a low room. Veins of gold cover the walls.